Hey guys, so I came across this last night. This is Kinzokumatto. They're basically it's kind of like if you guys remember Demon Bulma from a couple years ago from Kishin Pain. It's kind of like that, taking Dragon Ball and making it just trying to make it as unsettling as possible with like horror aspects. And Kishin Pain did a really good job. I think the episode, the video with Demon Kefla, I think that's what it's called. Um, there's no speaking, it's just eerie music. Actually, let me just to kind of give you an idea. Actually, yeah, Cursed Kefla.
Hey everyone,
All right, so Cursed Kefla. Again, there's no talking. It's just music. They have a really cool I guess they kind of changed it up with voice sounding, but song from Pokemon 2000, Wadawa Collector, sung by Lawrence III, which is the character in Pokemon 2000, the villain of the. He has his own song. We don't have it in the American version, but in the Japanese, he had his little song that he had. Um, but it's really good. So just I don't think I'll watch all of it because I've seen it so many times. But just to kind of give you the whole idea of like Dragon Ball with a mix of terror or horror thrown in. Okay, so I ended up watching it. It's really good. So, but yeah, taking Dragon Ball Z, adding the horror aspect to it. I don't think, from what I've seen, it's this isn't as bad as it had some of the transformation stuff, the sort of more violent sort of thing to it. But it's more trying to have the unsettling aspect of it with the I mean, they're just everyone's dead and then she just snaps her fingers and they're all red eyes and doing her bidding and um so but it was a story and it gets to the end of the story and it was a very unsettling ending because you thought the good guys won finally, but it turns out no, Demon Bulma actually won. Um, but this one, the art style is obviously a lot different. I think it's going more for horror, like true horror type thing with the faces flying open and stuff like that. So, but there's nine parts to it, and then there's a movie, like a 11-minute movie based on like the first movie, The Magic Begins. Um, but
I am you. You are me. You complete me. You see another person that looks identical to you. Run away and hide.
okay, that was badass with Chi Chi. She's very protective. I mean, even here, it's nice to see that the characters kind of remain the same. Because a lot of times people will take these things and like just make the characters not what they're, you know, Goku still seem to be Goku, Piccolo and Goten, Chi Chi. They all seem to be the same until they possibly get taken over or whatever is going to happen. Because that was a very Chi Chi thing to do. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. If I remember, she went out and slapped Boo, like thinner Boo, and when they were on the lookout, and then she got turned into an egg. So she doesn't care. That is well within her character to do to protect her kid, and and Trunks. You know, she probably sees Trunks as just as much of a her child since they're always hanging out together. Even though Trunks has a mom, obviously. But yeah, that was very Chi-Chi thing to do.
You see another person identical to you. You. Run away. Hide.
Okay, I just have to say the art is amazing. The art is really really good. Even if it's not actual animation, and just like when he hits Goten, that flip, that animation, it's so clean. The transformation, from base Goku to UI Goku, it looks so good. I don't know if this guy is tracing just for to save some time, or it's all done by hand, but it's really good. It is really good. Also, people might say, him saying y'all and this and that. Now, if you read the manga or watch the Japanese dub, the Japanese version, he does talk with a lot of slang and stuff like that, and he says a lot of those things. So it's staying true to at least Japanese Goku. Uh, um, yeah, how he talks is a little different than how he talks in the English version. Okay, wow. This is only episode 4. There's like 9 videos for this. So yeah, we had young Goku, it looked like, Goten, and then Goku Jr. from the end of GT with you see him. He also gets his little movie where he's kind of, Pan gets sick and he tries getting the Dragon Balls and all that and to get her better, and he meets Goku at the end, and it's a cute enough movie. I mean, it's not really memorable. Hero's Legacy, yeah, I think it was a Hero's Legacy. Good enough. Um, but yeah, so you had Goku or forms of Goku. What we see is like just knockoff Gokus. You had Bardock and Goku Black and Turles and Goten, um, Goku Jr. So they were just all basic. It just shows how many Gokus there are in the show or the manga. They're all drawn like Goku, which is crazy how inspirational that guy is. But it's pretty cool so far. I mean, it's horror-esque, but not enough to make me really like, ooh. Um, but Goku does love exploding things from the inside. He loves doing that. He did that to Yakan. He's like, oh, let's see how much power I can pump into this thing before I blow it up. He did it to Super 17. So he just loves blowing things up from the inside. So as soon as he it chomped down on his arm, like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. He's just gonna.
This is how.
I will say this. We're over at Goten's place, or Vidal's place, rather, and they have Pan. So, what really gets people in horror is when you involve the kids. If something happens to Pan, because it happened in Kishin Pain with Demon Bulma, he wasn't afraid to go there. He took Bola, and by the end of like the first episode, her head was removed from its body. We didn't see it. We saw the aftermath of it. But that's what really gets people going in horror, is when they do things to innocent beings like animals and children. So if we have an instance here where something happens to Pan, then we might have something here.
We're gonna find out who's who.
You see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide.
All right, Doc. Gary and Clark, move over there. Norris, you and Childs, shoot him up with morphine. Tie him down in the rec room and watch him. See if you start working on a new shot.
Mac, I'm not a prisoner.
study abroad on.
All right. So Gohan, or fake Gohan, was a Spider-Man. But I love how they're portraying these characters as they would be. You know, the moment you see, Gohan hears Pan in danger, what happens? His eyes turn red as like he's going to beast mode. You know, he immediately gets up, his eyes go red, and he rushes up there. Um, I honestly thought it was going to be like one of those things where Pan just fights it and maybe gets a little banged up, and Gohan gets up there and is like hunched over her, ready to like eat her or something, and he just freaking demolishes the thing. Um, but I mean, it was only episode one. It's each one is like a little mini thing. Like each of them, like first one's focusing on Goku, now this one's focusing on Gohan, and then the next one might be Vegeta. But itsy bitsy father, you get it because it's spider, itsy bitsy spider. Clever.
Do you last?
Superhero landing. See, that's what I mean. They stick true to their characters, which I really, really like. This could have been like this whole universe where, all this horror stuff happens and they don't act like themselves. No, she screams for Gohan and he's like, I don't care. Boo! Right through the fucking floor. Superhero landing on one knee. That's great. The animation is great. It gives you just enough to make you feel creeped out, but not like overly doing it. I can't stand when they like, oh, let's just be as weird and creepy as horror and as possible, and just everything and everywhere is just creepy. No, it puts it where it should. Certain things like we just saw when, the creep factor of, at least we know that Chi-Chi doesn't know that it's not Gohan. But we see this thing with the phone, just its mouth, knowing that it's not Gohan, hearing them carry on this conversation. Oh, yeah, I'm worried about Dad, too. I might have to go help him. Oh, yeah, I'll bring Pan and Videl over as soon as I can. Knowing that it's not him. So it's just enough creep factor to make you feel a little bit unsettled by it. Sticking to these characters, Gohan being... Also, I noticed that he was wearing a wedding ring. Is he even wearing a wedding ring in the freaking anime or in the manga? Do either of them have a wedding ring on? I don't even know. I mean, they don't really show Gohan's hands a lot, so I don't think they do. Okay, so is Piccolo like okay, is like Piccolo having like an existential crisis kind of thing where he's like fighting because we see Kami getting taken over or the thing replacing Kami, and then assuming things go the way that they normally did, that means Piccolo then fuses with Kami, meaning that being is now inside Piccolo. So is he having like this crisis where he's trying to remain as a good guy, but we can see through the eyes and everything that it's kind of taking him over, but he's resisting it, and because it kind of seems that's where it's going, which is a really cool idea, especially for Piccolo. You know, it's like how do you fight something like that when especially it's in you? You know, this thing takes Kami's soul or whatever, becomes Kami, and then you fuse with that very being. So now that being is part of you, and it's not just something you can just, you know. And if you had like Dragon Balls and you know you wished it out, that would have impact on you because then that power is no longer with you, which means you'd be considerably weaker than. But in the long run, it'd be like, okay, well, at least that evil is gone. But that's what it looks like. It looks like he's kind of fighting this internal battle between with himself and this being that took over, took the place of Kami. Also, I forgot to point this out. He has 4 fingers, like he does in the manga. In the anime, he's got full 5 fingers, but in the manga, he's only got 4. So, it seems like this is more based on the manga. Like I said, with Goku, the way he talks, Piccolo having 4 fingers. It seems like this is more based on like a manga version rather than the anime. Either way, it's really good. So, doesn't matter. But yeah, he has 4 fingers, just like he does in the manga.
大丈夫ですか？すごいパワーだ。すみません。 Gohan, すまん。
Okay, so the thing merged or took Kami's soul. It became Kami. Piccolo, things still pan out the way they should. Piccolo merges with Kami. So is it because Kami was already half? He was the good half of. Is that what this is going on here? That's why. So like you have Piccolo, who's a good being, and Kami, who's a good being, and then this evil being, and like a whole being that's good against. So Kami was kind of able to change the thing. I mean, it's still a cool story. So anyone can change if they want to. But I thought they were really going for a, oh no, that thing was Gohan all along, and that the Gohan we saw was really the imposter. I was really thinking that's what they were going for. Thankfully, that's not what happened.
You see another person that looks identical to you. Run away and hide. You see another person that looks identical to you. Run away and hide. You see another person that looks identical to you. Run away and hide. Run away and hide. You see another person that looks identical to you. Run away and hide.
You see another person that looks identical to you. Run away and hide.
NANI? バカな。なんだ。
Okay, so that explains the dead zone in the beginning, while we were seeing Garlic Jr. in the dead zone. Not that great of a movie either. Not that great. I mean, some people might like it, but I found it kind of boring. But that explains the Garlic Jr. and dead zone in the very first video. So the dead zone opens and allowed these deadites to come through into that world, and it kind of start taking over like their equivalent. So that one came over and it's like, oh well, I take over Kami. This one looks like Goku. It takes over Goku. This one looks like Gohan. So it seems like almost like the dead zone has an equivalent, almost like a parallel universe or alternate, kind of like like the universes, 7, and it's Champa and Beerus, they're opposites of each, even though they're actual brothers. But then you have like your Frieza type, you have your Saiyans, so I guess it's kind of like this, but in this case, there's actual beings who look like Goku and Piccolo or Kami or whatever, except they're not fully human. They're animalistic. We see one's a spider, one's a freaking snail. So, but the Zamasu one, where Goku Black, that one was more of kind of because he was two people fused together, an immortal being and a not immortal being, and you kind of saw how in the anime or in the manga his body started to kind of reject it. So having like two faces and everything, kind of, the two parts of Zamasu, or two parts of Goku Black, or merge Zamasu rather. Yeah, interesting concept. I might just stop here and then make the other one a separate video because I don't want to go on for too long with this. Snailed it. But it's an interesting concept. So they've still got. So we find out Yamcha's dead. So he probably, his body was left on the ground like normal. So you've got Piccolo left. You've got probably Tien, Krillin. I mean, Tien, Krillin, Yamcha's dead. Vegeta. I'm assuming Trunks would be one, but since they live in the same place, but 17 might be one. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like the horror. Not too much horror. Is like, okay, this is just ridiculous and cheesy, but just enough to get it like, ugh, ugh, And there's not a whole lot of, there's really no gore, but it's just enough to kind of show you the brutality of these things and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And this is just episode 9, so obviously there's more coming after. And this one was, when was this? This was 3 months ago. 3 months ago. And then there's this one, The Magic Begins. Oh, there's this What If one. What if? What if Frieza's clan? What if Cell? Another time. Maybe after we watch this or something. But yeah, let me know if you've seen it. Let me know what you think. The art's great. The atmosphere is great. The fact that they're more on the manga versions of them, like I said, Piccolo with his 4 fingers, Goku and his slang talk. So it's based more on the manga. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.